point blank in broad daylight. Well, actually, it was nighttime, but still, that skull
that was damn nighttime, bro.
But that skull was clear as day. Season 1, episode 3 of. That's right. We are back after first 2 episode premiere. We're back in Hell's Kitchen in New York City with Daredevil along with Kingpin, but in different sides of their lives and everything. We see Matt Murdock, the lawyer, and we see Kingpin, the mayor. So with a very dramatic, and I have to say probably one of the most dramatic endings to any Disney Plus show. Again, as it had one of the best starts, I think, to any Disney Plus show from Marvel. This had where you see a point blank murder, and just like that, but with a Punisher. Now, I'm telling you, Marvel, you're tricking us. You're tricking us.
You're tricking us.
That's not Frank Castle. That dude got castled, but that wasn't Frank. But no. Again, rest in peace to the actor that played White Tiger. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Due to the circumstance, I don't think it was right the way he went out, the way he did. But just like,
yeah,
obviously they weren't expecting, for the gentleman to be to pass away and everything. But I mean, it's unfortunate. But I just like your final scene ever. It just.
It's another one of those. It's another one of those weird instances where it's like, life happens, and the unironic way that you kill the character off, it's weird. I don't know if I would necessarily put in the same sense of like, Kevin Conroy, but the
right, no, right,
but
obviously,
but still, it's like it's one of those weird instances where it's like, oh, the character got shot in the head, boom, he's dead, and then it's like, oh wait, no, the actor's actually dead, like not from that, but like from real life circumstances, and it's like, ooh,
yeah. But I mean, aside from that, I thought it was a great storyline. Especially like this was going to this. This was one probably also of your Netflix veteran with Daredevil. This is to me one of the best lost scenes ever with Matt, and I'm saying this because like we've seen trials before and with Netflix Daredevil, but like to me this is like we're walking through the case, but also the plaintiff side and defendant side are both bringing legitimate claims to this that actually, like, if I was a juror, I was like, yeah, there are points to be made here, and it's not. And this is some of the best politics I'm seeing within Marvel. Since like the Sokovia Accords with Civil War and everything, but like this is where, like, yes, you're having politics that's addressing stuff that unintentionally is reflecting the world today, or intentionally, whatever you want to be conspiracy theorists. But to me, I'm just saying, if I was someone on either side of the political spectrum, because I'm neither, is that I don't see how you could get really offended about how they're displaying politics, because if let's say you're on the right side, Republican, conservative side, there are a lot of things, there's bars that was dropped in here from even Kingpin's point of view, even from his administration, that's like, yeah, that's true. But then also if you're, liberal, left, or whatever you want to call it, there's also points here talking about, hey, you have a corrupt police officer that was basically literally trying to kill the bear witness last episode, and then only to be lying, not because he believed the truth, but it was based off of intimidation. He did not want to lose his life or people that he cared about and everything, because he saw all those cops staring at him. But at the same time, cops, like, I have family members who are police officers too. That's a realistic, interpretation. Like, listen, if one of your cops, dies, and like, so the person who did it, yeah, that entire department, whoever's on you, right, and rightfully so. If that's it, you kill one of their brothers or sisters, you know what I mean? So it's like, but this is again a unique situation because you're in not only in Marvel, but this is like in the New York side of it and everything like that, and on the street level, so a lot of things can get, the lines are blurred. But I don't know, what was your thoughts in terms of the case was just played out? Because me, I just love the politics that was in this episode.
This I said this, I think, when we were with the others watching this episode, and I was just saying, like, this is by far like one of, if not maybe one of my top 3 favorite Daredevil court cases that I've seen. And again, after rewatching the Netflix show and Defenders before seeing this show, I'm like, and it's crazy because it's like you're correct in saying it's like both sides are legitimate in where they're going. You understand where both are coming from. You understand the pressure that the witness has, because it's like you got all these cops staring you down, thinking that you're defending someone that they believe killed their buddy, even though they don't know that their buddy was corrupt, like maybe some of them are. That type of pressure can make you choke, even though, like, literally a moment ago you were going to confess and say that, they were shaking me down and this was the reason why, and this dude was trying to save me. He didn't kill the dude fell into the train tracks. But it's like, again, that pressure, and again, the way that it was handled, it was handled with such maturity. And it also not only reflected Hector, it also very much reflected Matt, and in the same way reflected what it means to be a vigilante and a superhero in this universe, or hell, even in freaking real life. Because it's like you have this trial for Hector, White Tiger, someone who has, for the last couple years, at least from what we have been told and shown within the show, that he has been out there using his suit and his mystical amulet that gives him superhuman abilities to save lives. You have video footage and witnesses saying that, yes, he saved lives. And yet, people are trying to put dirt on his name because, he was here during this. And even though they didn't bring up the fact that he was White Tiger until Matt decided to go, he's White Tiger, until that moment, you literally had people on his ass. And again, this court case was so crazy because it had so many layers and so many directions we could have gone. I was expecting it to go either way before they gave the final verdict. I was like, if Hector gets free, it's going to go with some consequences, and if he doesn't get free, it's going to go to other consequences. I'm like, if he doesn't, he's going to be seen as a martyr. He's going to be seen as a symbol for, like, the vigilantes, at least in New York. If he does get free, he's free, but then his family is in danger. Like, there's just so many ways that it could have gone, and this is why it was one of my favorite freaking cases, because there was so many ways you could have gone. It's like a freaking video game where you got multiple choice.
Yeah. Now, speaking on terms of him in jail, like talking to Matt, because like him revealing that his identity is actually going to help him with his case, because it's more of a argument about, is vigilantism, good or not. But then I saw a TikTok today from a podcast, popular podcast, to talk about movies, entertainment, everything. But like, they were just saying, like, hey, Marvel, you create the problem that the fact that that all this stuff is connected is that everyone's asking, hey, where's this character? Hey, why are you responding? Because there's a bunch of characters in this area. My thing is, we are now 20-some plus movies, 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever shows in, and almost 15 years or so in the MCU, where you mean tell me that a hero who has a costume fighting crime in New York is therefore a problem not only post Sokovia Accords but post Endgame? Like,
right, like after everything New York, no, not even just New York, after everything the world has been in, like, has been going through since Thor touched down on Earth, like, I understand in some cases when it comes to things like the Sokovia Accords, but you cannot be dumb in saying, like, oh, vigilantes, or like, not even talk about just superheroes, vigilantes in this particular are a problem, because it's like, yes, I get it, but at the same time, what the heck are you gonna do when another Chitauri invasion comes in?
Right, but this again, you're also talking about a time that is set in that there is no Avengers, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And they mentioned Spider-Man, at least, Spidey costume and stuff. But it's the connectivity, which to me, I feel and I do believe we're gonna get more of that in season 2, of just like
Yeah.
the glue, and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought the conversation about vigilantism that the White Tiger had with Matt is something that he needed because he's a year, away from not being Daredevil. But after stepping in and beating the cop and stuff like that, he enjoyed it, and stuff, right? So, but this probably after the end of this episode probably requires him to step back in, but I don't think he's that ready to jump back into putting the costume back on, because then it's like, again, now in terms of Easter eggs, you saw White Tiger, the character. Now even the amulet, they didn't mention nothing about the amulet. Like, you see it, but they don't address that it has powers or anything like that.
Well,
right?
I mean, they address that it has powers, but they don't go into the specifics. Like, you at least know he has superhuman strength, but you don't know the full extent of what the White Tiger amulet would allow him to do, or will allow the next one to do. But yeah,
because his niece was in the courtroom and stuff. So in comics, her name and everything, and you're gonna see more of her. I was just let you know that. But yeah, I now again going to with Kingpin. He's going counseling again. He had to sign a freaking NDA to get to be with Vanessa, and they have to address Adam and all that stuff, and all that. But if you're noticing small things, you're noticing, and I don't know if there are shots in this episode or in the previous one, but like you also noticing Kingpin's his wrist or his knuckles are bloody.
His that's the signs that he's been definitely been punching a punching bag, if you know what I mean.
Right, saying like, where's Adam? Oh, he's away. We don't know where he's at. But again, I think it's also nice to
6 feet down under.
Right, 6 feet down under would name more. But like I feel that you're sleeping with the fishes. That Sopranos type shit, But speaking of Sopranos, again, every time that kid shows up on screen, I smile. I enjoy his character. Because again, he just like, I thought he was a great addition to the show. Like, a part of me wants him to be Kingpin's son, but like,
oh, you want him to be the Rose. Yeah,
I think that would be perfect casting if that was, but timeline wise, it just wouldn't make any sense. But I just think that he's just a phenomenal actor, and I was like, I see him being Kingpin, someday, whatever, in the future. But like, yeah, no, I just like his character.
Who knows? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe he'll be some sort of like spiritual successor to the Rose, because like at this point, I don't see Vanessa and Fisk getting it on anytime soon.
Right. You can address their problems, but now going to again the ending of the episode, that he wins the case after with the trial and everyone saying he's not guilty. Very emotional, definitely for someone getting freed, but only for him to jump back in, put the costume back on, and walking in,
literally, he puts the costume on, is fucking running, he's getting ready to go for another,
and someone just pop a cap on him, and
that someone is wearing a freaking Punisher skull vest. It ain't Frank, because that's not something Frank would do in this.
Well,
Frank,
actually,
you don't know where the hell he is.
I disagree. That's probably.
Yes. Frank would, but it's like Frank would have a reason.
But that's the point where I think it's to trip up audiences. People are like, oh, that's not Punisher or whatever. But like, regardless of that, would Frank do that for the right reason? Yes, he would.
Yeah,
and that's the thing, that's good writing to leave as a cliffhanger, because you don't know who is whatever, but at the same time it gives you the appetite of Punisher is here, he's coming. You see the tattoos and stuff, and again, someone that's seen the entirety of the season, like, again, it's almost mixing the fun of season 2 of Netflix Daredevil with Punisher, but with the writing and weight of season 1 or season 3, if that makes sense. Like, but really season 1, like Daredevil, but like you put Punishers in it, it's like but he's utilized in the right way. He's getting his special and all that stuff. Now, I don't know if the Punisher special is coming out before season 2 or after. I will hope it's probably before.
Right.
But I can't tell you why. No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I can't tell you why though. But I just like, okay, well, is the Punisher like it's only gonna be a special, so technically gonna be a movie, but on Disney Plus. But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, here I'm not complaining. I get it before or after. I know it's coming. But I know they're shooting. I think they're shooting season 2 right now. For Daredevil.
Yeah, they're like right, or either right now or they're about to be. Season 2 of Daredevil.
They are casting again.
Yeah, and they and hell they cast the freaking Matthew Lillard, Shaggy, Scream, Five Nights at Freddy himself into the season,
or maybe returning others. Listen, I don't even know. Like we'll get into it later. You know, in another video though. But aside from that, I don't think that's Frank. I think that's somebody else. Again, another imposter. But then what he represents is a disease that's affecting people in power positions that stand on the principles that Frank is, but on for the wrong reasons. Judge, jury, and executioner. Yeah, but aside from that, I give this episode, I still give it A. I gave one episode a B, but I gave it a B plus, and you'll know which episode it is. But still, I still enjoyed the episode. But anyway, I still give this episode A. I still enjoyed the best politics in the MCU I've seen. This is also a message to all the movies and entertainment outlets out there and television. When you're in this political world that we're in right now, there's a way to write politics and not piss people off, and also not beating you over the head over it. No disrespect, but I saw Mickey 17 last week at a press screening, but our reviews be posting. It should be already posting by the time it's recording though, so make sure you check that out. I just like certain artists. I understand you try and be strong, prolific, we want to send a message, but there's a way of how you put seeds and dropping bars in terms of the script and the writing of characters interacting with each other that's political, but it's also not at the same time you're not making a parody of something. But if I want to connect dots, that's like something going right now, but it's not like a big parody of like an SNL sketch or something, you know what I mean? But that's this. Please take note. This is how you do politics and writing. Comic book unrelated. This is how you write politics and stuff, and in the right way. But other than that, make sure you subscribe button, comment, like, and share, and notification bell on your way out. We got more videos coming down the channel very, very soon, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.